from up here. Our name, it gets kind of convoluted, but is actually named after a jut of land off of Boothbay Harbor, Maine, where my folks have a summer place. And I remember I was living in Manhattan, even further convoluted, right after college, trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life. And I started homebrewing because I worked at this beer bar that was really into good beer in the early 90s. And I was taking courses in writing, and I went to college as an English major, and I decided instead of wanting to pursue a career in writing or be a professor, to be a brewer. And I remember my first time going up to Maine to tell my dad, who just shelled out how much money for Mount Hermon in college, that, you know what, I want to make beer for a living, and how anxious I was about having that conversation. And we left our house in Maine on a jog, and we're jogging down by the water. And as I told him, he's like, how's that? You're taking this course at Columbia and writing, how's that going? I said, it's pretty good, but I've started homebrewing, and I pretty much decided that I want to open a brewery, Dad. And as we were jogging, he didn't say anything for about 10 seconds, and then he looked up, and it was Dogfish Head Road, where we always jog, and he said, you know what, Dogfish Head would be a good name for a brewery. So in one sense, I got, you know, it gets better than that, because I didn't have any money. I was 25 when or it gets worse, depending on your perspective. So I didn't have any money, and I was an English major, brewer, and the banks didn't want to lend me any money. So to start Dogfish Head, it truly is a Western Mass phenomena, because my dad kindly put in the first $25,000. Dr. Arnold Levinson, a resident of Northampton, put in, I think, $25,000 or $35,000, and the Sandries, who have a golf course. What's the golf course called, Dad? Crump and Fox. I used to, in the summers, build stone walls at their course, and they're like, all right, maybe we'll give them some money. So those were the first three people that believed in Dogfish Head, all Western Mass residents that helped us get open with a little 10-gallon converted homebrew system is how we started. And we were the smallest commercial brewery in the country. In that era, in '95, there was about 800 breweries in America. We opened up with this goal of off-centered ales for off-centered people. In that era, it was very strange. Thankfully, today there's a lot of amazing breweries doing very exotic beers and kind of blowing out this misconception that beer is this commodity, this light lager thing. Now we're the biggest craft brewery in the Mid-Atlantic, and we'll do about 100,000 barrels this year, and we're proud of our growth, but we're more proud of the fact that still today the average case of beer that leaves our loading dock is made with 6 ingredients and averages 9% alcohol, which is exactly what we were making when we opened in '95 as the smallest brewery. To be back here and be drinking these beers with you guys is especially nice right now, because Mariah and I just purchased from my parents that family farm. So that 25 grand my dad put in paid off, because I bought his farm from him.
We negotiated a very favorable rent.
We negotiated a good deal. Yeah, they're staying there at a good rent. Goddamn squatters.